Today I want to talk about Destiny 2 Crossplay. It is something Bungie has definitely talked about, but where is it? It has been over 6 months since we've heard anything about Crossplay coming to Destiny 2, and with recent leaks about future expansions, it's something that has been on my mind even more. There's a lot of good reasons to add it into the game that would benefit everyone immensely, but also a lot of concerns from players as well. Today we're going to go over these reasons and hopefully get a better understanding of the complications that Crossplay could bring to Destiny 2 as a whole. I think the part of the game that would change the most would definitely be the PvP aspect. With Crossplay being added, it would throw the pools of players that are using controller and the players that are using mouse and keyboard together. This could be a problem because though the mouse and keyboard users don't get aim assist, the gunplay to an experienced mouse and keyboard user compared to an experienced controller user can be unfair at times. Things like sniping and full auto weapons are much easier to control with a mouse versus controller, even with aim assist at play. And with advantages that a PC player might have such as a field of view and faster frame rates, it overall, as someone who has played Destiny on both console and PC, feels as if the PC player would have the upper hand in most encounters. Then there are other issues such as cheating. Especially in Trials of Osiris, PC players are cursed with cheaters. People use aimbot and other hacks to cheat their way to victory in the Lighthouse. This could cause a lot of trouble and make players leave the game because no one wants to lose their last Trials win to an aimbotter. In PvP specifically, the cons seem to outweigh the pros, but there would be some benefits to PvP with crossplay enabled. The obvious ones being that Destiny would increase in player counts and matchmaking, thus increasing the player counts overall, which is great for the longevity of the game as a whole. As well as the best part, which would be joining friends regardless of the platform they're on. And most of these problems would be solved if they just added a simple enable crossplay and disable crossplay switch in the settings menu. I think PvE is less complicated in terms of crossplay. Crossplay would mainly make PvE a better experience as a whole. Things like LFG could be narrowed down to one player base. There would no longer be any platform division, so everyone could just hop into the same LFG pool rather than using PS4 LFG, Xbox LFG, and PC LFG. Finding experienced players for raids, dungeons, and trials would be much easier, and as I said earlier, it would increase player counts and matchmaking for things like strikes and give accessibility to friends divided by platform, which is good for everyone. As someone who plays primarily on PC, the biggest difference from consoles to PC is load times, and this could be a double-edged sword for crossplay. There are a lot of Destiny 2 players out there on the original Xbox and PS4, so they have standard hard drives versus SSD. A lot of PC players, including myself, have an SSD in their system. I won't go into specifics, but let's just leave it at SSDs give much faster load times than your standard hard drives. Things like loading into strikes and missions could be a problem. Let's say you're using crossplay and doing a mission with 3 Guardians. One of those Guardians has an SSD and the other 2 have normal hard drives. The one with the SSD is going to load into the mission much faster and potentially start the mission and get pretty far into it before the 2 with the normal hard drives have even loaded in from orbit. This could be a problem because it could confuse new players doing a mission for the first time if they load in and somebody has already started without them and they have missed crucial parts of the story and mission because of this. Generally, faster load times wouldn't be an issue to anyone and wouldn't do anything but benefit the player with the faster load times, but it's important to take everything in mind when discussing crossplay. Now, expansions are the main reason I think crossplay should be enabled. Currently I play on PC, but all of my friends play on Xbox. So if I want to do a raid with the boys, I have to cross over back to console, and this brings a lot of inconveniences. Other than the things I already mentioned, such as load times being much slower on console, and personally I prefer using mouse and keyboard compared to controller, the biggest thing about jumping from platform to platform is currently if you buy a DLC on, let's say, Xbox, you get only that DLC on Xbox. Even with cross-save enabled, even though I can use the same Guardian and the same weapons and the same loadouts between platforms, I have to buy the DLC on each platform I play on. If I want to play Shadowkeep on PC, then hop over to do the Pit of Heresy with my friends on Xbox, I have to drop $35 on both platforms to play with them, and as I've established, I heavily prefer the game on PC, so I don't want to buy the expansion again just so I can do co-op activities with my friends on a platform I don't enjoy as much. You might be thinking, oh whatever, big deal, the game is free, just buy the DLC again and stop your whining. But here's the thing, I bought Destiny 2 and the first 2 expansions before they were free for everyone, as well as Forsaken. And if you add up the amount of money I spent on the first Destiny game and all of its expansions, Destiny as a franchise has probably had me spend more money on it over time than any other game. So after a while you get tired of buying $40 expansions. I should also add, when I finished building my PC in January, I bought Forsaken when I bought Shadowkeep. So even though it was on sale for the Steam winter sale, I've bought Forsaken twice and really don't want to buy Shadowkeep twice. I'm pretty sure I can't be the only person in this situation, so here's where crossplay comes in. If crossplay was enabled, I could play on PC and only PC, and buy any future expansions on only PC, and still play with my Xbox friends who have the same expansions as me, but on Xbox. No more having to platform hop back and forth. Everybody would be able to play with whoever they wanted to, and not worry about having a certain expansion on every platform they play on. So in the end, I think the pros of crossplay heavily outweigh the cons. It would definitely be a great addition to Destiny 2, and I hope they add it in. You can be sure to expect more Destiny in the future, and I hope you consider sharing your thoughts on crossplay in the comments. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.